Hello, and welcome back, finally. I died again, and I had to restart. I'm somewhere up around attempt number 30 now-ish. My pathing up to this point has been mostly the same as what you've seen since the restart tag at video number 9, but I wanted to go over the adjustments I've made since then. So, I've kept sleight of hand expertise, but the stealth expertise that I had, I've moved down to deception expertise. This really helps me earn some inspiration in a couple of the early encounters, and inspiration really helps survive other encounters or protect against natural ones on important dialogue checks. Also, I've lowered my constitution from 14 to 12. Those 3 points were used to push dexterity up to 17 and charisma up to 13. And that way, a feat could push dexterity up to 18 while getting another benefit. And the 13 dexterity allows me to put on the smuggler's ring and keep it there without sacrificing a charisma bonus for social interactions. As far as feats, I realized I needed more survivability, so instead of sharpshooter, I went with moderately armored, along with a shield and some stolen splint mail +1, which admittedly does look kind of silly on Astarion, in my opinion. This pushes my AC up to 19 from 15, which means occasionally when I can't avoid exposing myself to attack, there is a much better chance of getting missed. I may not end up in medium armor long term, but the shield proficiency at least is probably still going to be used for a good long time. There's also a couple of decisions I made for tactical purposes over role-playing. I picked up the Shapeshifter's Boon Ring, which is why I am disguised. And as long as I am disguised, I get a plus 1d4 bonus to... It says all checks, but it pretty much means all non-combat checks. Like, it doesn't really affect attacks or saving throws. But still, that's very, very good for early game, especially since it combines with the guidance from the Silver Pendant. Also, as much as I know Astarion doesn't care about animals, I did pick up Scratch. I think he will be useful, and I mean I could have used him in some of the situations where I got killed instead. Also, you know, when you saw me go through the Githyanki patrol on the bridge near the mountain pass, I got pretty lucky with that deception check with Kithrak Voss. I have learned since then not to go there until I have at least 2 or 3 inspiration to possibly re-roll that check. Also, while I was planning on raiding the Grove, in this particular run, an unlucky dialogue check turned all of the Shattered Sanctum goblins against me. So it looks like I'll be saving the Grove this time, partially against my will. I did take out a bunch of regular goblins on my way out, but I saved the boss fights there for later. You can see Volo is still here. I have already talked to him about my Mind Flayer Parasite, but I need to rest before he'll take out my eye. I won't show that because it was already there in my previous video. But where I currently am is stocking up on resources by robbing Aaron over and over, which is going to involve a number of partial rests, which could trigger some cutscenes. So I wanted to come in at this point in case there was stuff to show there. So my process with Aaron over here has updated just a little bit. So I am disguised for the Shapeshifter's Boost ring, and I do have the Gloves of Thievery on, but I also, I'm carrying 68 pounds of weight, and one thing I've noticed is that if I steal enough to become heavily encumbered, I do actually get the disadvantage on my sleight of hand checks after that. If I don't notice it happens, it'll cancel out with the advantage that I'm getting from the gloves, and then that gives me a much higher chance of getting caught. So at the times that I'm planning on doing that, what I'll actually do is most of this stuff I'll just put it in my backpack and send that backpack to camp. Then I have much more room here, and when I'm done stealing, I can just go get that backpack back and put it back in my inventory and take everything out from it. But right now, I've got the guidance.
Time for discretion. Step carefully.
I've got the shapeshifter's boon. Do turn-based mode here so that you don't have like a real life time limit on doing this, and just start taking everything.
Delightful, sucker, blessed, oblivious. What a generous pocket. Almost too easy. Don't mind if I do. Quick and easy. Delightful, not even a challenge. Like candy from a gnome, a little souvenir. So, what a generous pocket. You're coming with me. Blessed oblivious. A quick profit. Thank you. Delightful. So, a quick profit. Like candy from a gnome, a little souvenir. You're coming with me. Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Almost too easy. Blessed oblivious. Quick and easy.
And I leave this stuff to last because, like, so my sleight of hand checks, I've got 4 proficiency, 2 a D4 from Market Shifter, 1 a D4 from guidance, 4 from dexterity, and then 2 from the ring, right? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 plus 2d4, 12 to 18 with 2 rerolls. Like in this case, I got a 33. I still want to keep an eye on, make sure my encumbrance doesn't get too high. But like this is 300 worth, this is 686 worth.
What a generous pocket. Not even a challenge.
Oh, see, I've got the regular encumbered there.
Like candy from
And now I'm heavily encumbered, which means I want to take a moment and just send these. Well, I'll pretty much send everything here to camp.
Thank you. Delightful.
Oh, I got
Being
caught.
arrested for theft. If you have a defense, make it now.
So when that does happen, I just go ahead and do the attack. I take 1 attack of opportunity here.
Into the shadows.
Hide and dash.
Let's move.
And let's just take a quick look at that missed sleight of hand check. DC 15. 2 on a D20 with advantage. That's like that's like a 1%. That's in the 1% chance range, plus proficiency, plus everything else. A 14 instead of a 15. So that was a very unlucky roll. But of course, I very easily escape combat here.
Good. Just be quick.
I can talk to him.
Seems this individual doesn't think very highly of you. Your offer appears to be of interest.
I can go ahead and give him like 1,000 gold. 900, sure. Boom, he's way back up there. I'll split the gold up a little bit. 200 at the time is fine. I may as well split at least one of those off. Come back here, wait for him to turn around.
Just like old
Go back
times.
and steal the rest.
Nice and easy. What can we rescue? Quick and easy. Not even a challenge. What a generous pocket. You're coming with me. Bless the oblivious. Don't mind if I do. A little souvenir.
Step away. That's far enough to get over here with, and then let him detect his pickpocket. Yep. And then while I'm waiting that out, I can probably just send all this stuff to camp. And then I can go ahead and get, since that's the last of what he's got, I can come over here
Let's.
to this trader, go to camp to get all my stuff, sell it, a partial rest, rinse and repeat. So basically, as long as you can find one trader that is in a relatively easy to escape position, and then ideally another trader nearby that you can go and sell your stolen goods to, even though you stole a bunch of gold. Like, I can just build up all the resources I want. I'm going to do this for a little bit, and I'm going to get back to you. And in the meantime, if there's any cutscenes besides the Volo eye surgery, I will show those as well.
What I do for some salt?
Alright, I am ready to move on. And with our current setup and the resources that we've gotten for ourselves, I would like to start filling in the map that we have left behind a little bit. So we are actually going to go down to the roadside cliffs here. And start going around this way.
Into my pocket.
Let's go ahead. I think that's a little bit. Yep, that fills out the map over there. This is where Lae'zel would be if she had survived the Unalloyed.
Neither seen nor heard. Just like old times. Tread carefully.
The shovel appears to have disappeared from my item bar. Alright, whatever. Alright, and let's go ahead and put guidance on ourselves. Just because there's a good opportunity to get some more inspiration here. I'm currently running 2.
You're both twice as tall as me, but have half the bloody backbone.
But we don't know what that thing even is. And what about the crypt?
I'm telling you, it's a ship. And the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we... Stop! Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
Well, let's go with deception. That's going to be our jam here. I think that ship's an invasion force. Run while you can. Oh, I could friends, but I think... Actually, you know what? Friends is probably better than guidance, because it'll really protect us against those low rolls.
Well, in that case, come on you lot. No point in getting killed. Second worm gets the cheese and all.
Second mouse gets the cheese, no?
Nobody's getting any damn cheese! Now move it!
And then when we talk at this door...
How about this?
Thank you, Gimblebock. Everything all right out there?
Deception. Gimblebock triggers some trap. He needs help. Now. And friends isn't available for this one, so we'll go with the guidance.
Oh, I told it wasn't safe out there. Get inside and I'll rustle up some bandages.
Cheese your way through. Which of course comes with some free XP. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and loot the outside of the area and then I'll rejoin you. Alright, we're ready to go in and we're gonna go ahead and coat our weapon in probably just some simple toxin here to use it up, just because there's an unavoidable fight on the other side of that door. So
To the shadows.
Who the hell's... You're dead!
he's surprised, right? And we've won the initiative on him, so we're just gonna go over here.
They will know a bit them.
Maybe we should move a little bit further back if we're gonna use technically AoE arrow. Yep. And let's get the mage hand out of there.
We'll do it my way.
And I probably shouldn't even need a special arrow to finish him off here.
Step quick. Let's prowl.
Alright.
All right.
Bunch of his buddies are behind this door. So we're gonna back off.
I need a drink.
And we're gonna let the mage hand open the door.
Look beyond. Stepping softly.
And there's Mary here. This poor girl is about to get, let's do arrow acid this time.
Time to die.
Surprised with 3 hit points left.
Let's have a
Seems
little
like a
fun.
bad time to be her.
How'd you get past Daniel? Back off!
shall we?
How'd you get past Andor and back off? Ah, well. And then similarly, there's this door. Let's go ahead and
Interesting.
turn the lights off.
I ain't going home empty-handed again.
Let's pick up this oil barrel just so, well, mostly so that they don't use it against me.
Like a wraith.
Skeletons this time.
And let's have the mage hand open the door.
I ain't going home empty-handed again.
So, Hasid is the strongest
Well, at
of
least
them.
there's
We'll
no
probably try to
skeletons
leave him
this
for
time.
last. Barton is in the center there, but Torga here is a dwarf who has dark vision, which makes that person a little bit more
No,
I ain't going home
not a sound.
empty-handed
dangerous because it's harder to hide from them.
Well, at least there's no skeletons this time.
Right. So let's use arrow fire here. Surprised.
Let's find some prey.
Clear off! We got here first.
Let's use an arrow and Volmater, cause why not? Finish them off.
Time for a
hide.
new approach.
Move as far back as we can. And the mage hand, which is still out of combat, will come close the door. And then come hide over here.
Shall we cut and run?
So being behind a door like that, from where I hid, makes it literally impossible for them to see where I went. And then I can escape combat easily that way. And I think I can leave the mage hand back there for cleaning this up. "19 hit points. Let's use another fire arrow.
I ain't going home empty-handed again.
Actually, you know what? I would like to put an acid surface there. So let's use an acid arrow.
On the hunt. Time to move.
And then let's bring the mage hand over there just to stop them from exiting combat if they see it while he's damaged.
Go for the throat.
Alright, so he failed to see me, but he's still in combat because of the mage hand. And then I'll have the mage hand get away. Should be able to finish him off here.
Outmaneuver them. Just like old times.
Can I get out the door? No, but I can get... I can get in
Over
the
here.
corner here. And I'll have the mage hand just fly back here to entice them that way if they can't see me.
On my way.
And I do kind of want to escape combat now, so I'm gonna come in here, close the door behind me, and then the mage hand will hide, and then fly over there, turn off this fire, and then they should try to chase down the mage hand and leave combat.
Nice and easy.
I think I can take out Hasid. Let's use an arrow of acid. He is surprised.
The subtle approach.
Follow up with a fire arrow. And then I'm just gonna dash away.
A better position.
He didn't come after me. Let's have the mage hand go over here.
Time to kill.
And let's just back off a little bit
This will
more.
do nicely.
all I really need to do is hit him. So I'm gonna save my bonus action for hiding afterwards.
That won't work.
And I don't think he'll be able to reach me. There we go.
Time for a new approach. Be quick.
So he may spot me, or she may spot me, but it'll give me the ability to get behind her and run away that way. She didn't spot me, but actually maybe I could just kill her. That works.
Quick step. Let's see here. No lock, no handle. How does it open?
That's basically just wanted the free 5 XP. Okay. And I'll put the guidance on myself just so I can be more sure to make this check that's coming up. Perception failed. Interesting. Critical fail, yep, there you go. So, normally when you have a party, you have 4 chances to make that perception check, and it's an easy check. Yeah, it does. Difficulty class 1, ha! So, almost certainly you would get it, but we didn't make it. Which means we're actually gonna have to destroy the door ourselves. How much damage do we do? 6 to 11. Do you resist piercing? You resist piercing. But you are vulnerable to slashing. The dagger is piercing. Maybe one of these people has a slashing.
Don't mind if I do. Certainly.
It looks like the answer to that is no. Alright, well, let's see. It is... fire vulnerability. We have tools for that. Plus 2d4 fire. 2 to 4 fire doubled is decently liable to damage it, but we need to get to 24 damage. chromatic orb. Let's use a chromatic orb. I think that is probably, well, chromatic orb can be any element. Let's use the Scroll of Burning Hands. That's probably our most, our cheapest option here. I am guessing that'll hit the door. I guess the door does not count as in the area of effect of a spell. Okay, so chromatic orb it is. Let's back off a bit because it is going to make a fire surface. So one more of those should do it. There we go. Alright, so I'm actually gonna loot around here and then I'll rejoin you for going in there. Alright, let's move on.
See. Oh, I like it.
This
Homely.
door is locked.
Well, hello.
But that door is not. So that's the easier way to go. We should go that
Don't
way
mind if I
first.
do. Let's keep to the shadows. Neither seen nor heard. Stay low. A trap.
There's a
Someone
bunch of
doesn't
traps
like
in this room.
visitors.
But really,
A
the
trap.
only one that matters is the
Someone
one
doesn't
on
like
the
visitors.
sarcophagus, and we failed to perceive that one. So the way to deal with that is to leave the room first. Leave the mage hand out here because it'll just get itself killed. And I guess we start disarming all the traps that we do find. Oh. And for that, we do want the gloves of thievery on.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. There. A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors.
We can't reach that one, unfortunately. And it's got greater toughness, so it takes 50 damage to hurt the thing, which we really don't have a way to do. Bludgeoning would be the best way to try it, though. Oh, I guess, like, if you could deal 100 at a time with piercing, you could do it. Or with force. But basically, we don't have a way to destroy that. And I am failing at finding all these traps.
Be careful. There are traps about. Traps? How considerate. Be careful. There are traps about.
Alright, so we have disarmed a bunch of the traps, but not all of them. So we're still gonna do...
The text on the plaque is a mystery to you.
Let's go into turn-based mode. Open up the sarcophagus. And we are still gonna exit the room. Now, thankfully, there is this button over there, and we can shoot at that to shut the trap off. And then we don't have to worry about it anymore. But if you are not prepared for this trap, it can kill you. Alright, I'll go ahead and loot this room, and then I'll be right with you. You do find a soul coin in this sarcophagus here. Which for us is just money because we are not using Karlach. So anyway, that key that you found in the sarcophagus opens these heavy oak doors. Which means we don't need it anymore.
Yes, please.
These entombed scribes are gonna get
Scribes
up.
with swords? So much for the quill being mightier.
So we may as well loot them while they're inert. Although it doesn't matter that much. Because most of them are mages anyway.
Jurgle? This must be ancient. No one worships the final scribe anymore.
The inscription is in a language unknown to you.
This entombed warrior is actually a weapon user, so taking its scimitar does matter a little bit. And we are gonna leave our mage hand hiding here.
Keep your distance, darling. Something over there. Tread carefully.
This heavy key is useful in just a moment. guidance myself here.
A chained book. Oh, that's just begging to be read.
It sure is.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
We're not trained in Arcana, but we do at least have +2 from intelligence, and the Mask of the Shifter and guidance going into it. So close. And this isn't really worth using inspiration on.
The tome does not take kindly to your tampering. A feeling like pins and needles lingers under your skin, pricking and prodding.
We do have an opportunity to do strength. We could drink our elixir of Hell Giant Strength, but again, it's really just not worth using the resources. Because unfortunately, without Shadowheart or Gale in the party, and having a charlatan background, this isn't going to be worth inspiration. But it could be worth 2 inspiration if you have Gale and Shadowheart in your party.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Religion. Examine the book more closely. And this is an easier check.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last 3 names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
So we get the Scroll of Ray of Enfeeblement, but even if we hadn't managed to do those checks, you could have right-clicked on it and unlocked it with Thievery, which I think that would not get you the inspiration if you had the proper backgrounds. But ultimately, like I said, those checks weren't worth using resources on. This lever over here lowers a ladder that leads outside, which makes this an easy escape route for the combat that's about to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the mage hand over here, push the button, and immediately hide in this room so it doesn't get destroyed. As these animated dead come to life. Now we do miss a cutscene by using the mage hand, but that's okay. So now we can approach and take this fight on our terms.
Stand careful.
So let's start with... They're probably immune to poison, they're undead, and even if they're not, I just don't feel like messing with that. So let's just do, let's put an acid surface there. enemy is surprised. So,
Don't linger.
let's hide here.
Leave no trace.
Let's use a fire arrow here. So we take 2 scribes out.
Just like old times. With finesse.
And hopefully none of the others can get close enough to see me. Yeah, and I'm just gonna duck around the corner here. Excuse me. And then that should escape the combat.
There better be a soft bedroll in my near future.
Oh! Failed at hiding. Was he just... I was too close. Well, be that as it may. Let's go ahead and use a fire arrow. And that does take him out.
Ready or not? Quickly.
And use our momentum to get some distance on that. And that should be enough to escape combat. Alright. The other scribe is way over there, so let's go ahead and try to take out the entombed warrior here. And let's use one of these diluted oils of sharpness. Are you surprised? You are surprised.
Now they see me.
Got him down. No
Let's
reason
find
not
some
to escape
prey.
combat here.
This way.
here, we could probably take this one out without using any arrows. Good enough. Let's bring our mage hand back.
Yes, please. Careful, I might. Go.
And then this small room is where usually Withers is, but because of our pathing, we've already got
to
Withers.
hide one sarcophagus.
But when that happens, we found a large empty sarcophagus hidden within the rooms. From the looks of it, it's recently been opened. Let's take this stuff real quick. And it's still worth coming here because it's nice to have access to the Amulet of Voices, which gives us Speak with Dead. So each day we can put that on and go Speak with Dead and activate recast Speak with Dead and then put our Silver Tenon back on.
Here lies the Guardian of Tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
The plaque by the sarcophagus mentioned the Guardian of Tombs. Could it be the strange figure who offered us help?
An iron coin. I prefer gold. I'll take it.
So interestingly enough, if you do things in this manner, you can then go to camp. And talk to Withers.
Hello, chum.
Fate spins along as it should.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
I found a plaque in a chapel about a Guardian of Tombs. Is that you?
That is where I was housed, yes. And thou needst not know why.
And I think that's a fairly rare interaction to see, just because it's very likely that Overgrown Ruins is one of the first places that you explore, and then you just find Withers, and then even on subsequent playthroughs, if you're doing the kind of playthrough where you're gonna want Withers, you tend to do that mostly first. So it's not terribly likely for most people to take a path that avoids Withers for a while and then comes back to the tombs. But I did want the experience associated with going into the tombs and killing the things that are there, because like, yeah, now we're about 2,500 away from level 5, and especially when you're playing solo, every experience point that you can grab without putting yourself in too much danger is a good thing. Oh, right. So we actually do want to come out this door. If you remember, the heavy key that we found on one of the entombed scribes before we activated them opens this door up. So we have no further need of this heavy key. So next time we'll fill out more of the map, we'll explore the grove a little bit more, and we're gonna handle one of the more dangerous fights that we've skipped thus far. See you then.